This yarn is entirely twisted, and it's honestly the best thing for just hanging up art prints. I think I have an entire bag of stuff, and here she is. Hi guys, welcome back to yet another crochet vlog. This week I am taking it a little bit easy. I'm not doing any crazy market prep. I do have a market in a couple of months time, like 2 months time, so I'm not going too crazy with stressing just yet. I've just finished recording a mystery jar challenge, and I'm in the process of also recording a scrap yarn challenge where I'm going through all of my scrap yarn, well, not scrap yarn, but like the ends when I finished a project, and I've got like, a bunch of yarn left over that isn't enough to make another project, but it's not small enough to chuck away. So I'm trying to make use of all those by making keychains and stuff. So I'm kind of in the thick of that at the moment. I've just finished the mystery jar challenge, so if you haven't checked out that video, have a look. But if you do want a spoiler alert, this little guy. So I don't know if you're like me, I save a lot of patterns on Instagram and I just really never make them. So this was kind of like a really nice prompt for me to actually go ahead and finally use those patterns that I'm saving on Instagram and do something with them. So I'm going to do a couple more of those videos down the track with paid patterns and some other free patterns as well. So that's what I'm working on now. I did just get an order on Etsy as well for a velvet turtle, so I'm going to get started on that pretty soon. But I am also trying to crochet some Hollow Knight Silksong characters. If you are not aware of the game, I become obsessed with it. So I am looking for patterns related to the Hollow Knight franchise, and I'm just collecting them so I can crochet them all at once. They'll do really well, I think, in my upcoming artist alley that I have in March. So it's going to be like a gaming anime pop culture event. So I think it'll be good for that. And if not, Supernova is a couple of months after that, which is a very big pop culture event. So I think that will be, they'll do really well there too. But also I kind of just want one for myself to decorate my room. So I might make a couple of them, one to sell and then one to keep, because I'm also trying to redecorate a little studio space that it's taking me a long time to do it because I'm just super sidetracked. So with that being said, I have a couple of tasks to do, so I will have you guys come along with me and let's crochet this turtle so I can get it sent out. And I also need to do some video editing for my vlog too, so let's get some things done. As promised, here is an update on what I've done for my Silksong plushie. So this is Hornet. Well, this is the top of Hornet. So her head, yeah, this is like her little horns, and then she'll have her head and then her red outfit. So I'm hoping I have enough yarn. This is all the yarn I have, and I think it should be okay. I just haven't looked to see how much of the yarn is used underneath her red outfit. So yeah, but I'm fingers crossed. I don't want to have to play yarn chicken because I don't really want to have to then buy more white yarn just for this and then hold off this project, but I'm hoping it's enough to get done. But yeah, I think it's coming along pretty good so far. It's going to be a pretty sizable plushie, which is great. It's definitely for my upcoming Animega convention, which is the 2-day convention, so it's very anime, manga, pop culture related, so a lot of crossover with video games as usual, which means that this Silksong character should be really great for it because it's quite a popular game and a popular characters at the moment. There's also another pattern that I want to do, and I found a free version. It's another one of the Hollow Knight characters. So as soon as I finish this, I'm going to jump straight into trying out the free pattern for another of the characters. So yeah, so this is what I'm really hoping to get done today. Well, it's currently 4:58 on Friday afternoon, so I'm not quite sure whether I can do it today, but I am hoping that I'll get it done today or tomorrow. And then I'll show you guys the progress on this one, and then we can jump into the next one. Because I think in my setup that these will look really nice together, the two characters. I have about 4 weeks to prep for Animega, so I am kind of a little bit feeling last minute and under the pump because I don't think 4 weeks is enough time because it's a 2-day event. If it was a 1-day event, it's fine. I do still have stock left over from my last markets from the end of the year. So I think I'm okay with just like the basic stuff. But in terms of like this more anime gaming stuff, I definitely need more. So I'm going to hopefully have these two to add to my stall. And then I also downloaded some patterns that were on sale. So these were from Pandas Crochet, and I'm hoping to make them after I do the Hollow Knight Silksong characters. So the first one that I bought was the Spirited Away dragon, so Haku, and this looks really cool. So this is it. So the pattern designer was having a sale on for their patterns. I think they reached a milestone also, or they came back or something. So they put their patterns on sale. So I quickly grabbed this one. It's $18.60 right now, but I think I paid, it was like a 40% off sale. And I also got the Sleeping Dragons pattern, which of course are little Charizards, and they are so adorable. I have made Sleeping Pikachus before, but I haven't made Sleeping Charizard, so that's going to be really cute. And also a Sleepy Leafeon. So these are the patterns that I'm hoping to make next. So we're going to go through and do this Silksong Hollow Knight plushies, and then we're going to move on to this Ghibli Pokemon mashup. So I'm hoping to get these done. I think it's too ambitious to say get them done this weekend, but I'm definitely hoping to at least have these two characters done for the game, and then at least started on Haku, the dragon pattern. So, and I'm not quite sure when all these videos are going to be coming out, but I am working on editing my upgrade to my little studio space. I've moved things around a little bit out of the artwork up there, as you can see, which I've been saying I was going to do for ages. This is actually an IKEA pegboard, and it's honestly the best thing for just hanging up art prints and things. And I buy a lot of these art prints from conventions. These ones are not, these ones are from an artist that I've been following for years. I bought them online, and yeah, the other ones are pretty much, I think, all from markets and conventions and stuff. So it's looking cute. We are missing some fairy lights and a few other little things that I will hopefully get done soon. But I just wanted to kind of get a little bit organized and look nice so that I can start to feel a little bit more productive rather than have a messy space. So this is how it's looking now. I do need to also fix up the spare room and make that a little bit, well, there's storage, it's storage yarn in there. So I've got to like fix up all of my yarn storage and make it look nice. So I've got my work cut out for me in that room, but I think that I will concentrate on just this and these crochet projects for this week, and then we can tackle the other room in another video. But at least for now, I'm going to go get a cup of tea and finish this guy, hopefully. Okay, so it's the next day and it is Saturday afternoon. I do have a little update to show you. So the head is done, and I did have enough yarn. I had actually a lot more yarn than I thought that I would have left over. So I'm very happy that I didn't lose yarn chicken on this one, because I don't have any more white yarn. So this was it. So this is the head. So this is Hornet's head. Oh, this is Hornet's head, and it has come up a really great size. I was panicking earlier because I could not find black yarn anywhere. But because I'm still redoing all of my yarn storage, I just misplaced a couple of balls of yarn. So I have found one ball of black yarn. It feels really strange. So it's not parfait, premier parfait chunky. I think it's toucan, which I've done a review of toucan on my YouTube channel before, and I really dislike the yarn to work with. It feels really dehydrated, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it other than it feels very dehydrated. It catches when you crochet. It just doesn't feel as nice as a Premier Parfait Chunky. And I think that's why I kind of left this yarn and always used my other yarn, but I don't have any other black yarn in this same weight. So I'm going to use this because it's a good opportunity to use it up. It doesn't feel as bad as some of the other toucan colors that I have. But yeah, it's all I have. So I'm going to put a yarn order in shortly because I am very, very low. I wasn't going to put a yarn in order at all until I used every single one of my yarns that I'd ordered. So I ordered like this massive box of Parfait Chunky, and it was for like a year ago. I think I ordered it a year ago. It was for Supernova, and I thought that I would do so much marker prepping, and I didn't. I was like it was probably like my most slack year of doing crochet. Like I was just really not prepping for the event as hard as I should have, and I have a lot of yarn left over. So I told myself that I wouldn't be buying any more yarn until I'd finished this box. So I'm now getting to the point where I'm pretty much low or zeroing on black, white, and certain greens. So I'm going to put a yarn order in for the colors that I'm going to need. So I think in my last clip I said I was going to make Haku, the Haku dragon. There's a lot of white that I need and I don't have any, so I need to order the white in so I can make Haku anyway, and some of the greens for the leafy on. So I need to do an order if I want to continue to make these patterns that I just bought. But anyway, for this particular Hornet pattern, I just need the black, which I've now found, so crisis averted, and also I need red, which I have. I bought some red with my big last year's splurge on yarn, so I have the right kind of red, I'm pretty sure, for this. I have a couple of different shades of red, so I should be fine to be able to finish this today. I was so panicking that I wouldn't be able to, and it's going to take like a week and a half for me to get the yarn, and this vlog is already super late. I do have another vlog that I am recording at the moment. It's a scrap yarn challenge, but I haven't gotten through that yarn yet, so I can't even post that anyway. Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit longer. So I really want to get this video out because I wanted to finish these projects quickly because I need to get them done for the upcoming market in like a couple of weeks. So now that I found my black yarn and I know I have the red yarn, I can stop panicking and we can get this done. I'm going to do that now. I was watching Catherine Kay from Catnip Studios on YouTube to keep me going, so I'm going to continue to do that. I also have another sunflower turtle order that came through from Etsy, so I'm going to try and do that as well this afternoon. It's Saturday, so post office are now closed, so I can get it done I guess today or tomorrow and then send it out first thing Monday morning. So that's one more little task to add. But I am going to prioritize this little guy because I can't post my turtle out anyway, and see if I can get it done so I can get this vlog up. And I'll do a little check-in, I guess hopefully the next time you see me doing a little update, it'll be done. There won't be any more crises. Like, this is it. It'll hopefully be finished. So let's crochet the legs and arms and then the little coat, then we will be done. Okay, so I'm here for a little update. It is midnight. I am actually just watching a Catherine Kay Catnip Studios vlog. I am catching up on her series. I think I've got 6 months to go until I'm fully caught up. But I have just made the legs and started to join them together. I've finished the 2 arms. So now all I need to do is continue on with the body. And then I can start on the red cape. So I'm probably going to have to connect everything together, which is the head. So it is going to be quite a big plushie, which I'm really happy about. So hopefully I'll be able to finish at least the body tonight. And then in the morning, I'm going to start on the red cape dress. So hopefully it is done by tomorrow, which is Sunday. And then I can show you guys what it looks like. Good morning, guys. So it is Monday morning. It's actually 12 o'clock, so it's lunchtime now on a Monday. I thought I'd do a little check-in to show you where I've gotten up to with the Hornet plushie. So I did have a little bit of a slower weekend. There was a lot on yesterday. I pretty much cleaned the house and I got struck down with really bad allergies because I'm super allergic to dust. So I took it easier in the afternoon and started crocheting again at night when my nose calmed down. So I didn't get as much done as I was hoping to get done, but I'll show you what I have managed to get done in that little period of a couple of hours before I went to bed. So here is the dress, the little outfit that Hornet wears. So I still have, I think, maybe like 5 rounds to go. And I guess to show you what it's going to look like, here's the legs that I did. I think I showed like a little clip of the legs already. So I think it's pretty much just going to go under here, and then the head should be going on top. So it's like this, obviously with her arms under the cape as well. The arms are actually optional because in the game, yeah, when she's running around, I don't think you can see the arms too much, but I did make the arms anyway because I just wanted it to be, I guess, a true to character. But look at that, she's actually quite big, like she's a big plushie. So yeah, so with the cape slash dress, It is a couple more rounds to go, so it'll probably be around this length, I suppose. I was a little worried that I would have to add some extra rounds on just because this black yarn is a different type to this, and this kind of is a lot more of a harder yarn, I guess, so it kind of works up a little bit thicker or slightly bigger than the softer parfait chunky does. But it seems okay. Like, it doesn't seem like I'll need to add too many more rows in, if at all even. So I'll just sort of see how long this cape gets, and then I can, I guess, make that decision. But yeah, so I just really need to finish this and then sew everything together. I believe there is some wire component to make the head and the body sit up without flopping over. So I do have obviously lots of floristry wire, which I can use to make this all work, so I'm not worried about that part. I'm glad that there is structure, because I wouldn't have realized, and then it would just it would just fall down. So I can make that work really well. And then yeah, and then I just have to put the eyes on. The eyes are just going to be felt, so they're quite big eyes. I don't have to worry about safety eyes for this. I'm just going to put the felt eyes on, and then this one will be done. Now for the other project that I was going to work on, it's the Hollow Knight, the Bug Knight pattern. I just realized, because this was pretty much almost the last of my white, and this black isn't actually the same yarn. I think for the Bug Knight, I'm just having a look. Yeah, so we need black for his body, same kind of like leg situation, grey for the cape, white for his head, and then the felt eyes. So with that being said, I don't have any black except for this kind of black. I don't have enough white in this parfait chunky, and I don't have any grey. And I realized that before, because I make a lot of things. I use a lot of grey, Totoros, bats, etc. So I don't have any grey. So out of all the colours I need, I have none. But that's okay, because I'm actually thinking of using the Veramoda Blankie yarn, which is a really thicker, it's like a blanket weight yarn from Spotlight. And I know I have grey because I bought some the other day for big Totoros. I know I have white because I also bought that when I bought the grey. And I'm pretty sure I have black because I usually keep it on hand when I do my big bees. And I'm generally always buy yellow and black in that blanket yarn so I can make my bees. So I should have enough of all three colours that I need in the blanket yarn, which is really lucky because I don't have much other colours in that blanket yarn. It has a very limited colour palette, so I'm glad that those three colours I'm pretty sure I can cover in that type of yarn. But I am actually going to make a yarn order with Craft to You or Craft Online, whichever one has all the colours in stock, for my parfait chunky, which is where I get my parfait chunky from. And I did notice they had everything in stock when I last looked except for black. So I might need to do 2 different yarn orders, but I definitely need to get my white in because I need to make a haku after this project. That's going to be using a lot of white. All of this that I'm making is going in towards my market inventory for Animega, which is a 2-day anime convention. So I want to kind of hurry up because I'm feeling a little bit unorganized now. We have like 4 weeks to go. It's a 2-day convention. I always do this to myself. So I need to kind of like get a wriggle on and try and get all of this done. I think once I do a couple more big items, it won't be too bad. I need to start working on the medium-sized items and the smaller items so I can get my inventory up. So I really want to get this sunflower turtle done so I can jump back into what I'm working on. And yeah, I'll update you guys very shortly when I have actually got something else done to show you. Okay, so I'm just sat here making the crochet sunflower turtle. And I do have the 4 little fins here done. I also have the head. This head is here done as well. And I've just grabbed my Premier Retro Velvet in brown, which is what I use. I use Premier Retro Velvet for all of my velvet plushies. But the thing is, with this brown, I don't know if you can tell from the way I'm holding it, but see how everything's twisting? This yarn is entirely twisted. And let me just connect my mic to my shirt so I can show you. But see this? See how it's twirling around each other? Because look at that. The entire thing is like every strand is completely twisted, like just twisted around. I try and like grab long chunks of it and like flatten it out and do this
See how it's spinning? Just to like crochet with it. It's I've almost finished this. Like these are really big bundles. Like they come very big. Wait, I've got one. Let me grab it. This is how they look. They're huge. I think I've actually used some of this one as well. So you can see the difference. I've obviously used this quite a lot. And this is how they start off. They're great. Like see how smooth that is and not twisted. But for some reason, this brown is twisted, and every time I crochet with it, I just want to cry because the entire thing just twists around as I'm crocheting. It's so frustrating. So I just cannot wait until I get rid of the rest of this because I can't throw it out. That's so wasteful. But it does take me to crochet. It does take me like 10 times longer to crochet because of the state of the yarn. I know there is a lot of complaints about Premier in general just because the yarn is very inconsistent. And it's kind of like when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's terrible. But I still continuously buy it because I love the 90% of the time when it's really great yarn. And this velvet yarn, the velvet yarn is a little bit hard to work with because it sheds a lot. And I think I have a little piece here I can show you. This is the green. And if I just really slightly pull it, see how it's coming away? So it just, yeah, it sheds off. Excuse my fingernails too. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I just thought I'd jump in while I was crocheting and just ask, has anyone else had this issue? Because from what I can see, it's just this ball and I have no idea how it even happened that the entire thing is just like twisted. Like I've never seen that before with any yarn. If you've seen it before, let me know because it's just such a strange thing. I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna get this shell done and then I'm hopefully gonna finish this turtle in the next 20 minutes and I will show you what it looks like when it's done, even though you guys have seen my velvet turtles a billion times if you've been around long enough. And then I'm gonna package it up and post it off to its new home. I believe this one is a gift. So it is now Wednesday and I have actually just come back from Daiso, and the reason being is I needed some felt. So I need some felt to finish this guy. So he's pretty much all done. I don't know, I think you might have seen a clip of him pretty much completed. So I have sewn everything together, and let me clip this little guy on so I can show you. Okay, so it doesn't really fit in the frame. Okay, so we've got underneath the cloak, we have the arms are sewn on. The legs are obviously already sewn onto the body. I don't have to sew the cape on, which is great. It's just, it's stuck there now because it obviously has nowhere to go. And I've sewn the head on. So the only thing I need to do now is to do the eyes, and that's felt, and I didn't have any black felt. So I had to either go to Spotlight, which is about 25 minutes away, and the traffic to get to Spotlight from my area is notoriously horrific. So instead I decided to go to Daiso in Westfields, which is much closer, and I was hoping that they would have some felt. I can usually get felt from like $2 stores and stuff, but I thought Daiso might have better quality, or I just wanted to see whether it had felt and to try out their felt because I've never tried their felt before. And of course I have an entire bag of stuff, which is not obviously just felt. So let's go through what I bought because some of it is actually craft related. I think mostly all of it is craft related. So let's just like check it out. And I'm sorry if you can hear cicadas, and it's like a hot day, so the cicadas are out in force. They are so loud, and my neighbor has decided to start whippersnippering. But I think most of it will be cancelled out. So anyway, apologies if you hear weird noises. It's just all of that. So this is a felt. There was like the little squares, but it was only in like really pastel colors and no black. So they had this gigantic roll. So it's 60 by 65 centimeters. I've never tried it before, so I'm going to just have a feel. It's all wrapped in plastic, so I couldn't really touch it in the store. Because with Spotlight, they either have like quite stiff yarn or very, very kind of crumbly yarn. Not yarn, felt. Stiff felt or kind of crumbly felt. Oh, this is like a happy medium actually. It's not too stiff, and it's got a lot of movement, which is nice because some of and it's not going to fall apart. Like if you know the Spotlight felt I'm talking about, you'll know if you like touch it or try and sew it on the very edges, it will absolutely fray. This won't. And it's also soft enough that it moves. The other felt that I have from Spotlight is very stiff and it doesn't have much movement, which is not great for plushies because plushies are obviously rounded. But yeah, so this is great. There's a lot of it. It's more than I'll probably ever need. But I think it's pretty cheap. Let me check my receipt. Oh, that's actually crazy. Okay, so with Daiso, everything is usually $3.30 unless it's like specified. Yeah, it just says felt on the size, $3.30. This is insane because a Spotlight, they're like $1 each or $2 each or something, and in little tiny squares. So if you need felt, they have the big long ones, not many colors in this. I think it was mostly black, but they have the squares as well. But yeah, $3.30, that's really cheap. Next, I got this double-sided tape. It's the Amore Grip, multi-purpose and restickable. And the reason I got this is because once you have double-sided tape, you can't usually restick it again. And I don't know if you noticed a few minutes ago, my picture fell off here. Again, it keeps slipping down. So I'm actually going to use this so I can hang my art prints up and hopefully they're not going to keep falling down. So I bought this to try the Yamori Grip because it is restickable. So that's what I kind of wanted to be able to take it off things. It might also be okay for walls. I don't know, but I'm going to try it and see if it's going to rip the paint off or not. I've seen people make plushies before using and then adding felted eyes. So you know how I use my felt eyes and I stick them or I sew them in. I've seen people actually do the felting method, like to felt the eyes onto the plushie. And I've always been really uncertain what they use, like what kind of wool they use. Well, Daiso has a little felting sort of kit. It does ask you to bring some of your own things. So you need to obviously have scissors, a felting needle, and some stuffing because this is kind of designed to make an actual plushie. Can you guys see that plushie? It's so cute. So I thought these are actually pretty good colors for eyes. So I'm probably going to actually try and use this to make eyes. I'll try and make like a little tiny duck as well. But just, yeah, it's got instructions on how to like do the felting. So I thought this was a really cool little kit that could like start me off because I don't really know where to find this felting wool from. Yeah, I have no idea. I wouldn't have a clue. So I thought it's cheap and I can give it a go and see whether it's something that I like. Now, because I'm new to felting, I also needed to buy felting needles. These were also $3.30. And yeah, I didn't think that I had anything this sharp and this long, so I decided to buy just a pack. So it's just a pack of 4. They look like they potentially are different sizes, but I can't really tell. But yeah, so I got these as well to try my little felting experiment out with. I also got some double-sided tape that's already cut. I use double-sided tape a lot when I'm at the markets, usually to hold the edges of my displays down. If there's something that has fabric on it, it kind of flaps around on my tablecloth. Also, if I'm wanting to stick little sold out stickers or just stick new price signs on top of other price signs, I cut out little pieces of double-sided tape. It's kind of annoying to cut it, and this one is already cut out and I can just peel it off easily. So I thought that could help me a lot when I'm stressfully setting up my displays at markets and conventions. I also bought this little felting kit. It's like a printed one. So you basically just fold it all together and then felt. and it's like a kid's kit. I'm going to give it to my daughters and see if they want to do it. You can add stuffing and then you can just basically make your own little food. Look how cute is that? Look at this. Look at the squid. I think it's a squid. Oh my gosh. That is just the cutest thing ever. Like my reflections in the way. So anyway, I bought that for them as an activity to keep them occupied. And I also have some little adhesive hooks. These are to hang fairy lights up with. Oh, I needed those. And this is another crafty thing, which I think you guys might appreciate. If you're traveling, and I'm going to be doing a fair amount of traveling this year, you can't obviously bring scissors on the plane. So I found these extra mini strap scissors. I'm hoping that these little guys will be strong enough to cut through yarn and also small enough to sneak through when I'm going through my check-in luggage and on the plane, because I really don't want to end up on the plane trying to crochet without scissors because I need to be able to cut the yarn. But I thought that these were just super cute. Also, if you ever just need like a little pair of scissors in your handbag, it comes with like a little protector on top of the actual scissor part so that it doesn't spring open and attack everything in your bag. So I thought that was really cool. And finally, I have this little basket that hangs on peg boards. So my Artist Alley displays that I do with my grid cubes, this will kind of like hook into the connector parts, like in the middle where the two pieces sit, and then I can have like a little extra display shelf. So usually where my checkout is, I've got like one grid cube. I can just hang this down from the front, and because it's small, it means I can also have something under it without it like kind of blocking that display as well. So I'm looking for things to kind of upgrade my display, and I was hoping to get another like slightly bigger one, but I think this would be really great for little plushies just to sit and just be easily able to be seen, because it's obviously you can see through it. So I bought one of these. If I can find a slightly deeper one as well, I'm going to grab that too, but they didn't have any at Daiso today. So that is my little haul. The most exciting thing from today is my felt. So I'm going to finally finish off this plushie, which I've been saying I'm going to finish off since forever. I do have some wire in here, which is why it's actually just like not completely flopping. There's a wire all the way through. And I've also started on the other Hollow Knight plushie, and we are this far along. So he has like a bit of a square head, which is the whole point. And that is his little head. Well, it's not little, it's actually pretty massive. I am using the Varimoda blankie yarn, so it's a lot larger yarn. But I think these two together are going to look really, really cool on my display, because it's like a very obvious Hollow Knight little section. And I also found another cute Hollow Knight pattern as well, which I'm going to see if I have enough time. It was a free one, so if I start it, I'll add the details on screen, or if you guys want the details now, just leave me a comment and then I'll let you know the pattern I'm talking about. But I am going to be starting that probably not straight away, because I got other things that I need to crochet. So with that being said, I'm going to get started on this felt, and then I will show you guys what it's looking like when it's done. So hopefully my next update will be the eyes done. Okay, so we're pretty much all done with this plushie now. I am just going to show you how I attach my felt eyes. I think I've shown this before, but I'm not 100%. I usually use little needles to pinpoint exactly where I need my felt pieces to stay, because when you obviously need to put glue on them, so you need to pick them up, and yeah, you can move the placement and it can be really a bit off. Okay, so zooming in, so for example, I'm pretty happy with this placement, I think, of the eye there. So what I'm going to do is just put a little needle. I don't have my pin, so it's just this. Okay, so it looks crazy. I know it looks crazy. Get my placement for this one, which is probably going to be here. One of my least favorite things to do, because I can just never seem to get things exact. So we are going to just hope that it works out. And I'm using a 6000 glue again, which I really, really like. It is this, it is strong and it stinks, so well ventilated space. And then back in where we had it without moving anything, of course.
go, and then it's how you get a perfect placement without having to worry about losing your spot when you're picking your pieces up to glue them. Okay, so finally we are finished the Hornet plushie, so I'll show you guys what it looks like all in its entirety now that it is done. And here she is. She's looking so amazing. I am so obsessed with this plushie. So she's got her little hands under there. The hands were optional, but I wanted to add them in because it's just more complete. But yeah, she's looking great, and she's a really big plushie as well, so I'm super stoked to have her in my lineup from Animega in Sydney. So this is all done. I am obviously still working on the other Hollow Knight plushie, but I am just not going to get it done in this video. So I'm probably going to end the video here, and then I'm going to jump into starting a market prep video for Animega, which the Hollow Knight plushie will be finished in, I promise. So the next video, I'm going to get that done. I'm also going to do a full breakdown of my inventory and see exactly what I have and what I need to make for Animega. So yeah, that'll be it for this particular video. If you did like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.